It might sound strange, but Jerez isn't a great test track for Formula One cars. The asphalt is too abrasive, and at this time of year, the temperatures are too cold to do any meaningful running. However, every year, the teams come here to shake down their new cars. As proceedings come to an end at the end of day 4, what have we learnt? The most impressive performance of the week has come, unsurprisingly, from Mercedes. The W06 has shown incredible reliability straight out of the box, particularly in the hands of Nico Rosberg, who completed 308 laps over 2 days. Lewis Hamilton has had his share of the mileage as well, although a spin this morning hampered his final day of running. The car hasn't always been fastest, but the general consensus here is that it's been running with heavy fuel loads and with the engine mode turned right down. And as if to prove the team's dominance, they even started doing pit stop practice on the first afternoon, while most of the other teams were still sorting through reliability issues. The most puzzling team is Red Bull Racing, both for the black and white Dazzle livery it's been running here, designed to hide the aerodynamic detailing of the RB11, and for the numerous problems it's experienced over the last 4 days, most of them to do with the power unit. Daniel Ricciardo completed 80-odd laps during his 2 days in the car, while new boy Danny Kvyat, the boy wonder who didn't put a foot wrong at Toro Rosso last year, had a less meaningful test. He spun his RB11 on an installation lap on his first day, damaging the front wing, and he was unable to complete a flying lap as a result. On a more positive note, the pace of the car looks promising. During a long run on Tuesday afternoon, Ricciardo lapped half a second faster than Kimi Räikkönen, who was on track at the same time. The most improved team would appear to be Ferrari, and its new driver, Sebastian Vettel, has already done a lot to impress the Scuderia. He was fastest on the opening 2 days of this test, and the mechanics even gave him a round of applause when he got out of the car on Monday evening. However, from a technical point of view, it was Kimi Räikkönen's feedback that proved most vital, because he could directly compare the 15T to last year's car, which failed to win a race. Kimi was happy both with the stability of the car and its front-end bite. The prize for the best-looking car goes to McLaren Honda, or should we be calling it the lesser-spotted McLaren? The MP430 spent most of this test hiding in the pit garage, while an array of different engine-related problems were solved. However, the bodywork is sculpted very tightly around the rear of the car, prompting Ron Dennis to refer to it as a size 0 Formula One car. The aerodynamic benefits would appear to correlate between the track and the wind tunnel, because the car balance and grip levels were good when Fernando Alonso completed a 10-lap run on Tuesday afternoon. Jenson Button sent the team's fastest lap of the week today, so progress is being made, but very slowly. The sandbagging prize goes to Williams because it's been very hard to read their form. The FW37 hasn't set any headline times, but there's a very positive vibe permeating through the team. Dave Robson, formerly Jenson Button's race engineer at McLaren, is settling in very well alongside Felipe Massa, and Valtteri Bottas is as purposeful as ever. The car looked very drivable on track, but you sense we've yet to see its true pace. The biggest surprise has been Sauber. Now, as I've already said, lap times at this test don't mean much, so Felipe Nasr setting the fastest time on day 3 doesn't tell us anything in terms of the big picture. But let me sow this seed. Even a light Sauber wouldn't have set the lap times it did without a good engine. Ferrari are believed to have found 50 brake horsepower since the end of last season, with much improved drivability. So that's good news for Sauber, and of course, for the Works team. The car that looked the biggest handful was the Toro Rosso. The STR10 looked dreadfully unstable under braking, and the rookie pairing of Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz did well not to stuff it. It's early days, of course, and the team management maintains that the car oozes potential, but it's still a long way from being sorted. The happiest drivers could be found at Lotus. The E23 arrived at Jerez late and only got on track midway through day 2, but the team quickly made up for lost time, and the car proved pretty reliable out of the box with its new Mercedes power unit. So after the disaster of 2014, there are 2 very happy men in Romain Grosjean and Pastor Maldonado. So that's it, the first test is done and dusted, and the teams now make the relatively short journey from Jerez to Barcelona, where test number 2 gets underway on the 19th of February. Force India haven't been here this week, and we've heard today that they may not be in Barcelona either. So they're a team with a lot of work to do. But don't be misled, everyone in Formula One is working flat out at the moment. It's a crazy time of year in what is a straightforward development race between now and Melbourne.